Another receiver that we're going to talk about here, this time a guy who has been very productive at the D1 level here. Eric Rivers transferring from FIU to Georgia Tech. And of course, Georgia Tech losing Eric Singleton. A lot of people consider him the number one receiver in the portal right now. Auburn, Miami, amongst others in the mix there. But Eric Rivers, man, very interesting story for him, who was a former walk-on at Memphis coming out of high school, transfers to FIU, 370 yards his first year, and then takes off this year, 62 catches, 1,172 yards, 12 touchdowns, more of a slot guy for FIU and probably moving forward for Georgia Tech, but someone who really, I mean, you got to give him credit after having been a walk-on and working himself up to this point. Have to like this pickup for Georgia Tech. You're losing a lot of production with Singleton, and this is a guy who can eat up a lot of those targets.
Yeah, Rivers is extraordinarily productive, right? So you look at the numbers: 62 receptions, 1,172 yards, 12 touchdowns. But it was really an unusual path to get there, right? He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's not from South Florida. Originally walks on to Memphis in high school, red shirts, plays mostly special teams, comes to FIU, gets a scholarship, gets about 370 yards last year. Then this year completely erupts, physically matures a little bit. He was a slender guy, so the added weight helped. Had a 295-yard, 3-touchdown game against New Mexico State. But you dig into the background to understand the athlete. At Chattanooga, he was at Macaulay School. He won a state title playing wide receiver, cornerback, kick returner. Then on the hardwood, 17 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, 4.8 assists per game, and 2.1 steals. That's a nice line. We always watch basketball player box scores for when you're evaluating these football prospects here on the show. It's something we believe in strongly. Those are really good numbers. Then you look on the track. PRs of 6'4" in the high jump. He's only 5'11". That's a big number. 8'11.75 in the pole vault. 22 and 1.5 inches in the long jump. 44 and 5.5 inches in the triple jump, 16.02 seconds in 110 hurdles. And he competed in the decathlon with the 5.743 PR, state titles in the triple jump and long jump. That's a decorated track athlete, getting it done on the hardwood, all over the field, on the football field. Now you put him, obviously FIU, he was getting it done. Put him in the ACC with Georgia Tech, one of the more creative offenses in the country, known for their running game, but they can throw and they can get the ball in their hands of their playmakers in many different ways. You saw that with Singleton. Was a $1 million plus player, but he can probably replicate what Singleton gave you on the field.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have to really give FIU staff as well credit for bringing him in, right? Whoever found him down there, because it's not like he was a guy who was playing much at Memphis when he came over. So give them credit for finding and developing him, and now he's got a real opportunity here in the ACC to improve his draft stock moving forward.
Yep. No, excited to watch him play. Again, that track background and that basketball background, and then the production. Those are three pretty big check marks for me.